From a poor kid strumming a guitar on the freezing streets of Canada to a global sensation who made the entire world go crazy over a single YouTube video. From the dazzling spotlight of Billboard-topping hits to the dark days of recklessness, rebellion, and a seemingly endless spiral of scandals, Justin Bieber isn't just a pop star. He's the living embodiment of fame, loneliness, and the struggle to claw your way back from the shadows and rediscover yourself. Justin's story has never been a straight line. It's a roller coaster of a journey, where a teenage boy had to grow up in front of the cameras, face unimaginable pressure from stardom, endure controversial relationships, cry silent tears, and rise again with defiant pride. Today, we're diving deep into a story unlike any other. The story of a young man once abandoned by the world, yet resilient enough to keep walking forward. Whether you once adored Justin, criticized him, or simply heard one of his hits in passing, this is the moment to discover the real person behind the stage lights. This is the most complete portrait of Justin Bieber, from a past fueled by ambition, a present driven by perseverance, to a future that's still being written. If you enjoy stories like this, don't forget to subscribe for more. Biography and early life. Justin Drew Bieber was born on March 1st, 1994, in London, Ontario, Canada, but he grew up in the quiet town of Stratford, a peaceful place with a population of less than 40,000. He is the only child of Patty Millett and Jeremy Bieber. His parents separated when Justin was very young, and he was raised primarily by his mother, Patty. Life wasn't easy for them, but Patty always made an effort to expose Justin to music and the arts from an early age. She often recorded videos of Justin performing at local talent shows or singing at the bus terminal and uploaded them to YouTube as a way to preserve memories for their family. Even as a child, Justin showed an extraordinary natural talent for music. He taught himself to play the drums, guitar, piano, and trumpet, all without formal lessons. When he was just 12 years old, Justin entered a local singing competition and won second place with his performance of Neo's So Sick. His mother filmed that performance and uploaded it to YouTube to share with family and friends. That single video turned out to be the beginning of something no one could have predicted. Scooter Braun, a music manager who was scouting for talent online, stumbled upon Justin's video and was instantly captivated. After tracking down Patty, he flew to Canada and convinced her to let him take Justin to Atlanta to meet music producers. Within weeks, Justin had a life-changing meeting with Usher, who would later become a mentor and key supporter in his career. Not long after, Justin signed with Island Records, and the world was introduced to the name Justin Bieber. Justin's rise was unlike any teenage artist before him. At a time when YouTube was still in its early stages, he became living proof that social media could launch a global superstar without the traditional machine of major label promotion. From an unknown kid in Stratford, he became an international phenomenon in under 2 years. Despite not coming from a glamorous background, Justin has always remained close to his family. He has often said that his mother was his greatest inspiration, the one who believed in him before the world even knew his name. His story isn't just about talent. It's a testament to how a big dream can begin in a small town, with an old camcorder and the unshakable belief of a single mom. Career path and breakthrough to fame. When Justin Bieber signed with Island Records in 2008, he was only 14 years old. But the dream of conquering the music world had already begun to take shape. Under the guidance of Scooter Braun and with support from Usher, Justin released his debut single One Time in July 2009. The song quickly became a hit, breaking into the top 20 in multiple countries and going platinum in both Canada and the United States. This early success wasn't a fluke. It was the result of a savvy media strategy, leveraging the power of YouTube and social media to connect directly with young people, who to this day remain Justin's most loyal fan base. In November 2009, Justin dropped his first EP, My World, marking a major leap forward in his career. The EP included One Time and several other songs like One Less Lonely Girl, Favorite Girl, and Love Me. These tracks helped him make history as the first artist to have 7 songs from a debut record chart on the Billboard Hot 100, a rare feat for any singer, let alone a teen newcomer. But the real explosion came with the release of My World 2.0 in March 2010, featuring the now iconic single Baby. With its catchy chorus, teen heartthrob energy, and a rap verse from Ludacris, Baby became a worldwide cultural moment. The music video for the song was once the most viewed on YouTube, and also the most disliked for a while. Proof that Justin was generating a reaction, whether fans loved him or hated him. That same year, Justin launched his first tour, the My World Tour. Even at a young age, he proved his chops as a live performer, charming audiences, engaging with fans, and delivering shows on par with seasoned superstars. Justin wasn't just a product of social media. He was the real deal, a born performer with a soulful voice and magnetic stage presence. In 2011, the documentary Never Say Never hit theaters, chronicling Justin's journey from busking on Stratford streets to global superstardom. The film wasn't just a PR masterstroke. It was a deeply personal way for Justin to connect with his fans. It grossed over $100 million worldwide and cemented his image as an international teen idol with real impact. After Never Say Never, Justin kept the momentum going with major releases like Under the Mistletoe, his 2011 Christmas album, and, more importantly, Believe 2012, which marked a clear musical evolution. Songs like Boyfriend, As Long As You Love Me, and Beauty in a Beat signaled a shift in Justin's sound, moving from bubblegum teen pop to a more mature blend of R&B, EDM, and hip-hop. However, this transition also brought new challenges. Justin had to work twice as hard to maintain his image, shake off the public's preconceptions, and prove that he wasn't just a one-hit teen wonder. This was the beginning of visible cracks in his career, and the start of a tumultuous chapter ahead. Scandals and the rebellious years. After the dazzling glow of hit singles and global tours, Justin Bieber entered one of the most complicated chapters of his career and personal life. As fame and pressure reached their peak, Justin, still just a teenager trying to figure out who he was, began acting out in ways that sparked controversy and put him under intense media scrutiny. 2013 marked the beginning of a downward spiral. Justin found himself in hot water in multiple countries. In Brazil, he was criticized for illegal graffiti and causing chaos at a hotel. In Argentina, he abruptly canceled a show and was accused of disrespecting the national flag. That same year, he was also charged for egging a neighbor's house in Los Angeles, a seemingly minor prank that resulted in criminal charges, mandated community service, and anger management classes. But the most explosive scandal came in January 2014, when Justin was arrested in Miami for drag racing, driving under the influence, and resisting arrest. His mugshot spread like wildfire across social media, becoming a symbol of the fall of a teen idol. Not long after, Justin was forced out of his rental home in Calabasas following numerous complaints from neighbors and ended up selling the mansion to Kanye West. The chaos didn't stop at legal troubles. Justin drew public backlash for his rude behavior toward fans, spitting off hotel balconies, being disrespectful in interviews, and even refusing to take photos with supporters, saying he felt like an animal in a zoo. The media was relentless. Social platforms were flooded with criticism. The once beloved teen prince was now branded Hollywood's newest bad boy. His love life added fuel to the fire. Justin's on and off relationship with Selena Gomez was a constant tabloid fixture, rife with emotional reunions and dramatic breakups. Selena later spoke publicly about how their breakup deeply affected her mental health, igniting fierce debates between their fandoms. Justin was labeled a bad influence and widely blamed for Selena's struggles during that period. Yet even in the midst of crisis, there were glimpses of self-awareness. Justin posted public apologies on social media, admitting that fame had clouded his judgment and that he needed time to rediscover himself. Still, it would take several more years before the world would truly see a different Justin, one who was calmer, more grounded, and beginning to strike a balance between his career, personal life, and spirituality. That rebellious phase wasn't just a dark stain on Justin's legacy. It was a crucial chapter in his coming-of-age story. While many viewed him as the poster child for lost youth, Justin was quietly beginning a journey of healing, one that would eventually lead him out of the darkness and into a brighter new era. Marriage to Hailey Bieber and the journey to maturity. Following years of rebellion and turbulence, Justin Bieber began a process of rebuilding his life, his identity, and his sense of purpose. A pivotal part of that transformation was his unexpected yet profound relationship with model Hailey Baldwin, now known as Hailey Bieber. The two originally met back in 2009 through Hailey's father, actor Stephen Baldwin, but it wasn't until late 2015 that they started to gain attention as a potential couple. That first chapter of their relationship, however, was short-lived and ended on a sour note. For nearly 2 years after that, they lost touch. Ironically, that time apart laid the groundwork for something stronger. In 2018, they reconnected just as Justin was coming off the end of his long, emotionally charged relationship with Selena Gomez. He was in a period of spiritual searching and psychological transition. Reuniting with Hailey at that specific moment created a much deeper connection than before. The couple rekindled their romance, got engaged in July 2018, and quietly tied the knot at a New York courthouse that September, before hosting an official wedding celebration in 2019 in South Carolina. Their marriage was more than just a personal milestone. It was a turning point in Justin's emotional and spiritual healing. He often credits Hailey for teaching him how to trust again, how to love deeply, and how to take responsibility for his actions. In candid interviews, he's opened up about the challenges they faced early in their marriage, how he carried emotional wounds, doubts, and baggage from the past. But it was Hailey's patience and emotional maturity that helped him work through those issues, rebuild his self-esteem, and learn how to love in a healthy, grounded way. Alongside his renewed commitment to love, Justin also began to speak publicly about his personal growth, particularly his journey back to faith. He returned to church, reconnected with the Christian community, and found peace in spiritual values. He stated many times that it was his belief in God that pulled him out of the toxic spiral of fame, isolation, and self-doubt. On social media, Justin often shares messages of gratitude, forgiveness, and humility, encouraging others to find strength through faith and personal reflection. This inner shift was reflected in his music as well. His albums Changes 2020 and Justice 2021 showcased a more composed, thoughtful Justin, one who sang about love, hope, vulnerability, and redemption. Tracks like Intentions, Holy, Lonely, Peaches, and Anyone not only charted globally but also revealed a matured voice, far removed from teenage heartbreaks and closer to emotional depth and life experience. Beyond music, Justin also became more involved in philanthropy and public advocacy. Alongside Hailey, he supported mental health awareness campaigns, spoke out on social issues like racial equality, and emphasized the role of artists as agents of positive influence. Hailey, as a constant and grounded presence in his life, played a key role in shaping his public image, from a scandal-plagued bad boy to a responsible man devoted to love, faith, and growth. Justin's path to maturity is not a fairy tale. It's a story of hard-earned lessons, emotional healing, and learning how to live with intention. To the public, his marriage to Hailey symbolizes more than just a romantic partnership. It represents a new era of Justin Bieber, mature, grounded, and full of hope. Wealth, investments, and luxury lifestyle. Now in his early 30s, Justin Bieber is not only a global music icon, but also a highly successful businessman, with an estimated net worth ranging from $300 million to $400 million. From a kid who started off uploading singing videos on YouTube, Justin has built himself in one of the richest and most influential artists in the world, with income streams that span music, touring, royalties, real estate, personal branding, and major endorsement deals. One of Justin's largest sources of income comes from touring. His Believe Tour and Purpose World Tour each raked in hundreds of millions of dollars. Despite the Purpose Tour 2016 to 2017 Being cut short due to mental health concerns, it still grossed over $250 million worldwide. Beyond ticket sales, Justin earned a fortune from merchandise, t-shirts, hats, perfumes, and other branded items, all of which bore his name or likeness. Offstage, Justin is a powerhouse when it comes to brand endorsements. Over the years, he's been the face of mega brands like Calvin Klein, Adidas, Proactive, Beats by Dre, and a range of high fashion labels. One particularly viral moment was his 2015 Calvin Klein campaign, which made waves online and helped rebrand him from teen pop star to global fashion icon admired by young people around the world. But Justin doesn't just spend money, he knows how to invest it. His real estate portfolio is massive and luxurious. From a posh mansion in Beverly Hills, a multi-million-dollar penthouse in Toronto, to peaceful properties tucked away in the suburbs, his real estate investments are as diverse as they are extravagant. After marrying Haley, the couple spent over $25 million on a private estate in Beverly Park, one of LA's most exclusive neighborhoods, home to celebrities like Denzel Washington, Magic Johnson, and Eddie Murphy. The home is vast, fully equipped, and showcases their shared taste for sleek, minimal, yet sophisticated design. On top of real estate, Justin has also dipped into tech investments. He backed the content platform Shots Studios, associated with numerous online influencers, and explored ventures in music startups, streetwear fashion, and even NFTs during the crypto boom. As for lifestyle, Justin is famous for his love of exotic cars and high-end fashion. His garage has included showstoppers like a Lamborghini Aventador, Ferrari 458 Italia, Rolls-Royce Wraith, and a custom Mercedes Maybach. Some of these rides were modified with futuristic designs, like one Rolls-Royce remodeled to look like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. Fashion-wise, Justin is often spotted rocking top-tier brands like Balenciaga, Dior, and Saint Laurent, but his go-to is Drew House, his very own fashion line. Drew House plays a major role in Justin's personal brand strategy. Launched in 2019, what began as a quirky fashion side project evolved into a full-blown streetwear brand. With its signature smiley face logo and laid-back aesthetic, Drew House resonates with younger audiences and has become a major source of revenue. Despite living in obvious wealth and luxury, Justin has repeatedly said that money and fame do not define his values. In an interview, he once stated, "Money doesn't make me happy. Inner peace does. I used to have everything, houses, cars, fans, but still felt empty. Now I'm learning to live more simply and be more grateful." That's why, beyond the flashiness, Justin and Haley often retreat into quieter getaways, away from the spotlight, focusing on health, spirituality, and authentic relationships. The combination of wealth, fame, and emotional maturity makes Justin a rare figure in entertainment. A superstar who enjoys his success, but is constantly in search of deeper meaning. Cultural impact and musical legacy. Justin Bieber is far more than just a pop star. He's the symbol of a global shift in the music industry, proof that the power of the internet, particularly social media, could create a superstar without the traditional machinery of radio or major record labels. And in that digital wave, Justin was the first true pioneer. From the moment he arrived on the scene, Justin redefined what a music phenomenon could look like. He didn't come from a reality TV show, a family of entertainers, or a corporate-backed industry network. He was simply a talented kid, a cheap camera, a fearless single mom, and a platform called YouTube. That origin story became the blueprint for an entire generation of internet-born artists, like Shawn Mendes, Troye Sivan, and Billie Eilish, who also found their first audiences online. Culturally, Justin became the face of Generation Z's coming of age in the spotlight. He grew up in the public eye, with every high and low magnified across the global media landscape. But that visibility also made him more relatable. He wasn't polished to perfection. He was messy, human, and flawed. That's exactly why fans connected with him. They saw him stumble, fall, and get back up, just like countless young people trying to find themselves in a world full of pressure and expectations. Musically, Justin's evolution mirrors his personal growth. His early hits, One Time, Baby, Somebody to Love, captured the wide-eyed innocence of teenage love. With Believe, 2012, he started exploring more mature sounds, blending pop with R&B, EDM, and hip-hop to craft chart toppers like Boyfriend and As Long As You Love Me. But it was Purpose, 2015, that solidified his standing as a fully realized artist. Not only was the album a commercial smash, but it also helped define the sound of modern pop. Songs like What Do You Mean, Sorry, and Love Yourself spearheaded the tropical house trend that dominated pop music worldwide. More importantly, his later work, albums like Changes and Justice, reflected an inner transformation. The brash, rebellious kid had become a man with stories to tell. Songs like Lonely, Anyone, and Ghost tapped into themes of vulnerability, spirituality, heartbreak, and healing. Fans didn't just hear polished pop. They heard raw honesty, and it resonated deeply. Justin's cultural influence also extends to style. His swoopy mop top haircut became a global trend. Later, his streetwear brand, Drew House, swept through social media, influencing how a generation dresses. Millions of teens worldwide didn't just listen to Justin. They dressed like him, spoke like him, and in many ways, grew up with him. Once dismissed as a teen idol with an expiration date, Justin has defied every expectation. With over 30 billion streams on Spotify, hundreds of millions of records sold, and countless awards, including American Music Awards, MTV VMAs, and a Grammy, he has proven his staying power. But beyond the numbers, Justin's true legacy lies in how he made fans feel like they were part of his journey. From the boy with a guitar on the streets of Stratford to one of the most influential figures in modern entertainment, Justin Bieber is not just a music icon. He's a cultural landmark, a social phenomenon, living proof that with talent, vulnerability, and the courage to confront your darkness, you can rise from anywhere, even from a single video uploaded to YouTube.